Alright, so here we are, it's August 24th up here in Zone 5, and we had a request for some more videos, so here it goes. We're going to pick our onions. These are Walla Wallas. I've tried these in the past few years and gotten decent results. So I actually have 5 pots here that I used. One of the things I do with anything I plant, really, I try to have 2 different spots on this. So I have my pots here, there's 5 of them, and I planted a bed over there on the other side of the garden, and that did not take at all. Didn't have one actually germinate and didn't do well. So I'm really glad I do that and separate these out. So as far as picking onions, I mean, it's super easy. These have all fallen over. You can kind of see how it just goes about 90 degrees there, and it looks like it's ready. You can see some of the outer peel here is starting to kind of get crunchy, so they're pretty much ready to go. Again, use common sense, don't overthink it. And I do want to point out 2 things here. I have my old cookie trays here on the bottom, partly because I keep everything and I couldn't get rid of them, but number 2, when it does rain or I have to water these occasionally, because there's only so much dirt in here, the cookie trays will actually hold a little bit of water, so it can kind of fill from the bottom a little bit, and I found that to be a really good thing. I don't know if you can see on here, I actually topped these with some compost a few weeks ago just for some more nutrients, so it's really nice and strong, and that's just amazing right there. So really good shape. I had to wait to pick these because we've had some really very big storms, and it's easier to pick when they're dry. So I'm just going to go through and pick all these. And I do want to point out something here. My old self, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, I would have come along and weeded everything out of here. So onions do like their space. They don't want to be crowded by weeds. But I just want to show you here, if you would have come along and picked this out, what you're really doing is picking out just pathway for nutrients to get down into your dirt here. So I got the weed out, but I got out all that compost. So try to avoid doing that. I mean, if you really feel like you need to, you could come along and just kind of take the top out, or even just with scissors or something, you could cut them. But just, you don't have to pull all the weeds out. You can even see this pot is kind of filled there, but I still have good results. And just for me and my camera crew, this is plenty here. This will probably last us, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks to 2 months or so. As far as curing them, super easy. I don't know if you even have to cure these because we're going to eat them so fast. This is all I have right here. I think I counted up about 15 to 20 or so. But curing them, I actually go through it. I already picked one out, so I'll just pull this out. I mean, can't be any easier than that. I like to just, any loose dirt, just get off there. You don't want them wet. Just peel that off. You don't have to get everything off. And then I have this old part of my barbecue from years ago that we got rid of, and I saved this. It actually serves as a great way to put your onions in. I like to store them down like this. It helps to, you know, plenty of air gets at them, but also, you know, these are good. You can actually eat these. If you were to eat this onion tonight, I'm actually going to save one to eat. This right here, you can just use as flavoring, and I'm going to probably do that. So you can cut this right off, and it is amazing. It's delicious. But this just goes to show, like, save something like this. And I've used this for many years now. So I'm going to go along, I'll pick all these, I'll put them in here to cure, and I'm going to try something a little different, where I'm actually going to freeze a few bags worth of these, smaller bags. I'm going to dice them up and then freeze them. And then I can pull those out maybe in the winter and use those in a dish. It'd be kind of nice to have fresh garden onions in the winter. Talk about the curing. So basically, the reason I'm doing this, these will last, if I cure them properly, like leave them like this, they get full air. This will take about a week, maybe to 10 days. I'll just have to keep an eye on them. But I can probably have these last several months in my cupboard. I can put them in the refrigerator too, but I don't always do that. Sometimes the smell gets a little too much. Put them in a Pyrex or something, that helps. But that's why we're going to try freezing them this year. I think it's going to be a nice little change for us. We'll try that out. If I didn't wait till now to pick these, I could literally eat this tonight. It's one of the great things. You don't have to cure your onions at all. If I didn't, I probably want to use these within maybe 2 weeks or so on the counter, or again, if you store them in the refrigerator, maybe a little bit longer, but yeah, nice. All right, thanks.